What's going on, YouTube? Back at you with another video. Today, just want to talk about going into the new year. But first off, let me start off by saying happy holidays to everybody, friends and family. Uh, just want to let you guys know again, thank you for supporting me and my channel. Again, the contest is still ongoing, so you know, go on the latest my latest motivational video and go in the comments, and that contest is still going on. The last day for it is on Christmas. But back to it with the topic at hand. So with uh 2023 coming to an end, and as we're going into the new year, I wanted to just talk about the mindset of going into 2024. And it's not, I don't want this video to come off as new year new me, because that's just so cliche. I want to talk about how to sharpen yourself, learning from your past mistakes that you've made in 2023, and just becoming sharper, more focused, and more intuitive and into the new year. I think people get caught up with just trying to be uh, different because a certain situation happened back then that made them that kind of like offset them a little bit. So now they want to try to quote unquote go into like a like a villain arc or something like that, and try to change themselves for the worse. But you don't have to do that. Like, you can still be you, but still learn from the past mistakes that you've made, but just becoming better in 2024. And what I mean by that is just like, you know, there's there's certain, only speak for me. Like, I've not like I've made like bad, like, decisions, not like something, not stuff that's like super drastic or whatever, but I've made like I've made choices that affected me uh personally or whatever. But within this year, I've learned to take that what am I trying to say? Dang it. Take that experience and just learn from it. Learn from it, and I was able to quickly, like, I've quickly bounced back from it and made the choice to never make that same decision ever again. But most people, some people, they tend to make mistakes and kind of dwell in it and be sad in it for a long time. And then, once the new year comes, then they'll decide to be like, all right, well, new year, new me. I'm not going to do that anymore. And blah, blah, blah. To which, when you're in that situation right then, and then then you get out of that situation right then and there, take some time to grieve and take some time to kind of like learn from that mistake, and then, not make it again. But they'll wait till the new year in order to be like, all right, well, new year, new me. There's a lot of things that I did, but back, in the last year, I'm not going to do it again this year. But then when the new year comes, they end up making the same mistakes that they did last year. So that's why I'm saying in this video that, instead of saying new year, new me, you have to say, you know, new year, sharper mindset, new year, uh, new new year, already learned from past experiences. And going into the new year, you also want to just, and, we tend to say like this year is going to be our year, to which, realistically, every year can be our year. We just have to have the mindset and have the focus in order to accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish. Just because, we didn't accomplish what we wanted to in the past years, we go into the new year, saying like, no, like, this year's my year. But technically, every year can be your year. It could be your week, it could be your month. it just all depends on you being focused and you staying acclimated to your purpose and you staying uh committed to God's will and purpose that he has for you. uh I think we just get distracted by what what others have, and then we see that we want that, so we just try to we steer off our own purpose and our own path because somebody else that has this over here. Instead of staying focused on what God has prepared for you, we veer off because, oh well, this is flashy, I don't want that now. Instead of just, being patient and being focused and having your mind sharpened and staying on that path that God has for you. And I think that, this coming year, I'm gonna speak for me. This coming year, I'm staying on the path that God has for me. I'm not gonna look over and veer over and see something flashy or see something that somebody else has, because I've been guilty of that, and seeing something that somebody else has that I want, and I don't have the means to get it, but I'm grinding because I want to get what that person has, instead of just being patient and just trusting the Lord and what he has for me, and staying on my path. Like, this, I told myself this year that you know the lessons that I've learned from this year, and taking my this channel seriously and everything like that. Next year, I'm taking off, and that's the mindset that we have to have. It's just like, uh, we have so many goals and so much that we want to accomplish. So with this new year coming up, I just want everybody to accomplish, what they want. But the thing is, you have to be focused. You have to be laser focused. I know there's things that, you know, everyday things like, work and, school and everything like that. And I'm not saying, you know, completely throw those out the window, but also you want to align everything together so that it benefits you, so that you can accomplish your goals, and do the things that you need to do in order to get done. You don't want to veer off and get distracted by other worldly things, and next thing you know, you're forgetting about your purpose, and then it takes so long so like once you forget about like what you want to do, it takes so long to kind of realign yourself, and trying to realign yourself and what you want to do, and the path that you want to take. The thing is, trying to realign yourself, it it takes time to this take that it takes that time of meditation. It takes that time of mind resetting in order to do that, because we just get so distracted by you know you know hanging out, like not necessarily like hanging out, but like, you know what I mean, just like going out and doing things that aren't really in alignment to what you want to do for your life. And sometimes we put that as a priority versus the path and the purpose that you're here to be set on. So I know for me, there have been times where I've wanted to, make videos and make content and stuff like that, but I would be so lazy and push back videos and push back certain things that I could talk to you guys about. Uh, Sometimes because I couldn't formulate what to say, and sometimes it was just because I'll be honest, I'll be too tired. But I can't use that as an excuse, because I know what my gifts are, and I know what God has gifted me in order to help you guys out, in order to not only to motivate you guys, but to also entertain as well. And so, using sitting on my gifts isn't what I need to be doing, and that's what going into this new year. you don't want to sit on your gifts. You want to use them the way that God wants you to use them in order to help people out, in order to, motivate people, in order to, show them the things that God has gifted you. You know what I'm saying? So going into this new year, whatever it is that you want to do it. Do not waste time. Uh do not overthink, because once you overthink, you're just gonna go throughout the day just overthinking, like, okay, like, well, if I do this, then that's gonna happen. If that happens, then I gotta do this, and then if I gotta do this, then you're just gonna keep overlapping thoughts, and then once you finally get to what you want to do, the day, like, you'll have no time, and you're just stuck at a standstill. So don't overthink, but plan out a map. Like, use a dream board. You take notes on what you want to do. And I don't have the nicest setup. Like, everything isn't golden over here, but you know I decided to just push forward and just use whatever means I have in order to motivate people and use my gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use your phone, you can use a laptop. It doesn't have to be the most up to date specs, or it doesn't have to be the most pristine laptop or console or whatever. But just use whatever you can in order to get your gifts out. Use whatever you can in order to motivate people and show people the way uh, that God has given, not only given you, but the way that God is going to give unto them, and for them to use their gifts as well. We all in this world have something to show, and I think people are afraid to show it because they may not fit in. But the thing is, and again, for the new year, don't try to fit in. Be yourself. Uh, a lot of times, I found myself trying to fit into the norm and everything like that, but uh, I just told myself, not anymore. If I like the way I'm if I how I like anime. I know a lot of people don't like anime, but I'm not gonna conform to people not liking what I like just so I could be liked. That's something that's not gonna happen. And like how I like anime, how I like games, how I love the Lord. I will never conform to things that I love just to try to fit into a certain crowd. Like, Jesus never fit into a certain crowd. He stood out. So I'm a follow that same template, and I'm gonna stand out. What I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but I'm just following it in that blueprint, and saying, like, no, I'm me. This is what I'm here for. This is how I am. I want to stand out. I don't want to be a part of certain, like, groups and certain aspects of the world. Like, no, this is what I want to do. This is what my purpose is, and this is what I want to do. So I just encourage everybody just to start standing out more, and start using your gifts more, and start just being acclimated to what your purpose is, and try to motivate people, and do what God has meant for you to do, not for what the world says you should do, but what God has meant for you to do. And I think once you realize that, uh, you'll go a lot further. And I think that, uh, again, getting in the Word, meditating, reading, that'll also help you in order to figure out how to, best motivate yourself, and best believe in yourself. Because the thing that we need to start understanding is how to believe in ourselves. Going into this new year, we need to believe that we are meant for our purpose. We need to believe that we could do this. We need to believe that you know I'm meant for something much better than what I had. And God wants you to have a luxurious life. He wants you to have better. He wants you to live better. He just wants you to just, just be, virtuous. And I think that we just get caught up in seeing stuff on social media, and because we don't have that stuff now, or we just, can't get to it now. We just, tend to conform and, kind of give up. But, again, going into this new year, we need to have a mindset of, never give up, always believing in yourself, stay acclimated into what the Lord has for you, and then keep pushing forward. And I think if you follow those and, just continue to, meditate and continue to pray and continue to just have faith in, what God has put you on this earth to do, I think that there is nothing that you can't accomplish. In 2024, I think that's the that's the tagline that I want to use, is that faith. When you have faith in the Lord, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. And I just want everybody to receive this message that you know whatever you've been going through or whatever you've suffered in 2023, you know God is there with you, and He's here to carry you and push you forward into the new year, so that not only what you've gone through last year, you know it molded you into becoming a better person. If you've lost people, unfortunately last year, he just wants you to know that they're up in heaven, watching over you. Never forget that they're in a much better place, and they're up there watching over you, watching over your family, and just take comfort in knowing that they don't have to suffer in this world anymore. They're upstairs with the Father, just having a great time, and just being up there with Him. So just take comfort in that. If you've been through any situations that might have set you back, learn from that, and go into the new year, spirit renewed, mind renewed from that situation, knowing that, okay, that's what I did. I've learned from it. Now it's time to bounce back. Now it's time to get back on the enemy, because the enemy, put that situation on you, and you learn from that, and God allowed you to bounce back. So now that you bounce back, now it's time for you to do better, and again, have your spirit renewed and your mind renewed, so that way, coming into this new year, you know how to move, how to handle business, how to walk in your purpose and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. Again, for everybody that's been watching my videos, support me, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really means a lot. And again, in this new year, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, and nothing's going to stop me, because I know the purpose that God has given me. I know that He's given me these gifts, and I'll no longer sit on it. I'll no longer sit on my gifts. I'm going to use them to the fullest potential, and motivate you people, motivate you guys, and just continue to do what I love, and that's to motivate and to make people laugh and entertain. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Coming into the new year, again, we got Tekken, we got JJK game coming, and Final Fantasy. I want to play. Those are the three main ones that I'm gonna start playing. A lot more games are coming out this year too. So I mean, I'm gonna be playing a whole bunch of games, but I highlighted those three because those three are my favorite so far. But yeah, man, just continue to support, continue to keep locked in. I got more stuff coming for you guys, and again, just remember, stay focused, and keep pushing forward, and keep having faith in what the Lord has for you. Every day, every week, every month, every year is your day, month, year. Don't just pin it to next year, or pin it to this year, or pin it to 2 years 2 years on from now. No, your time is always, here. You just have to have that mindset and have that belief that you can do it. With all things through Christ strengthens you. Just remember that. You could do whatever you set your mind to. You just have to have the faith in the Lord that He gave you the gifts in order to do that. And that being said, just want to, again say, happy holidays, and, be safe out there. Good one.